Hello everyone, I Aditya welcome you to Neural Data. Today I will discuss different types of probability. But before going ahead with our topic, let me clarify one thing. Most of us think, in my experience, that why do we need to learn probability or any other mathematical concepts? Just why don't we start learning topics like machine learning, deep learning, or artificial intelligence? So let me take a few minutes of yours to clarify it first, and then we will move ahead with our topic. So, first and foremost, without mathematics, it is not possible to understand any of the advanced topics at all. So, consider you have started learning the so called advanced topics like ML, DL, or artificial intelligence. Then, how do you interpret the result or debug the code? For that, you should know mathematics, right? Now, I will take two very popular, subcategories of ML. So, consider there is a project related to regression and somehow you have built the machine learning model. So machine learning model you have built for this regression kind of machine learning algorithm. Now the problem arises is how would you interpret the significance of your code, your feature, right? So now for this we should always check p value against every feature, and this p value gets derived from probability, that is topic of our today's discussion, right? And not only p value, we should also check r square and adjusted r square, right? And these concepts r square and this p value, these things we will discuss when I will start with this ml machine learning playlist. Okay, now similarly for classification category of machine learning, once we have built the model, then we need to derive confusion matrix, right? Then only we can check recall, precision, accuracy, sensitivity, and all those things. Right. Now, without proper knowledge of mathematical concepts, how would you check all these things? It's not possible, right? That's why we need to learn probability, statistics, linear algebra, calculus, all those things. Now, we will go ahead with our topic, that is types of probability. Types of probabilities. So here we have got three types of probabilities. First one is joint probability. Second one is marginal probability. And the third one is conditional probability. So I will discuss all these types with some examples. So let's get started. So our first probability is joint probability. So a joint probability in a theory, I will say, refers to the probability that two events will occur together. Okay. And in other words, I can say the likelihood of two events occurring together is called as a joint probability. So there are some points that we have to remember, that events must be independent. Okay, it should be independent. Then the formula for joint probability is given as probability of A intersection B would be probability of A multiplied by probability of B. So any two event, this is event A, this is event B. So this is called as the intersection point. So if we have to calculate this, then the probability will be this one. We have to multiply the probability of these two, then we will get the joint probability of two events. Now I would take one example, I would take one table where we will be having data of lung cancer and smoker and non-smoker. And from that same example, we will see the difference for all these types of probability. Okay. So this is our table. And from here, we can see uh, we have two dimensions or two parameters. First one is lung cancer and second one is the person is smoker or non-smoker. So if you see this particular column A1 intersection B1, this implies that there is a 41% of chance that the person who is smoking will have a lung cancer. Similarly, if we see this data, then we can see the non-smoker has only 5% of chance of getting a cancer. So this intersection is nothing but a joint probability. So for these four circumstances, I will take the examples. I will show you this in written. So how can we write? From this above table, we can see we have joint probability, and there are four records representing this joint probability. So I will discuss all these things one by one. So the very first one is probability of A1 intersection V1. So here this represents this data. So here it says that a person is a smoker and has a lung cancer. So this is corresponding to 41% that a person is a smoker and he will have a lung cancer. Okay. Second condition, probability of A1 intersection B2, and it is equivalent to 0.07. So this is this condition here right now. So here it says the person will be a smoker but he will not have a lung cancer. So smoker plus no lung cancer. Third condition, probability of A2 intersection B1, that is a person is a non-smoker and has a lung cancer, and it corresponds to 0.05, that is 5%. So this is this condition where a person will be a non-smoker but unfortunately he will or she will get a lung cancer. And four circumstances is probability of A2 intersection B2. So this is A2 intersection B2. It corresponds to 0.47, that is 47% chance is that the person will be non-smoker and he or she will not have a lung cancer also. So non-smoker plus no cancer or has no cancer, lung cancer. So this is how a joint probability works, where two events occur simultaneously. Now the second type of probability is marginal probability. So this marginal probability is the probability of the occurrence of a single event, or you can consider it as an unconditional probability, and it is not conditioned on any other event. Now I will take the same table that we have seen above, and there I will show you how a lung cancer, the probability of getting lung cancer doesn't get affected by a smoker or non-smoker. Or in other way I can say, the person will be a smoker or non-smoker doesn't get affected by the probability of getting a cancer or not. So we have that same table again, and from here I will show you four instances of this marginal probability. So if you see here this 48%, so the person is smoker, the chances of that is 48%. This 48% doesn't get affected by this lung cancer, that is the person is having cancer or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is that person is smoker. Here this 52, that A2 tells us that the person will be non-smoker, irrespective of that person will have a cancer or not. Similarly, if I take the case of this cancer, here probability of B1, so 46% chance is there that a person will have a lung cancer, and this 46% does not get affected by this smoking or non-smoking habit. Similarly, for this no cancer category, we can see we have got 54% chance, and this 54% chance does not get affected by again this smoking or non-smoking habit. So I will show this by writing you that same thing. So the very first example is probability of A1, that is 0.48. You can see here, right? So this 48% chance that is that the person is a smoker, right? Similarly, for second, probability of A2, here probability of A2 is 52, 0.5, means there is 52% chance that a person is non-smoker. Okay. Third case, probability of B1 here. So this corresponds to 46%, 0.46. So 46% chance that a person has lung cancer. Okay. So this is yes condition, right? And fourth one is probability of B2, that is 0.54. This condition that the person has no lung cancer. So this is how we take a single event, only for smoking, these two, and these two for cancer. So this is how marginal probability works. Now we will go to third kind of probability, that is conditional probability. So this conditional probability is the probability of an event given that the another event has already occurred. Okay, so consider we have to find the probability of an event A, but we already have been given that B event has already occurred. Okay, it has already occurred. So we can write this in a very simple way as probability of A, this symbol is called as given, that B is already happened, and this conditional probability formula is given as probability of A intersection B, that we know it called as a joint probability, divided by probability of B, that event has already happened. So from here we can say this is probability of event V that has already been occurred, and this probability of A intersection B is called as a joint probability that we have seen earlier, right? And it means that A and B both occurred at the same time. So probability of those two events occurring at the same time is called as a joint probability. And here probability of A given B is called as a conditional probability, right? Now I will take the same table that we have seen earlier and will show you how this conditional probability works. Now I will take some instances to make you understand this. So from this above table, if I say find the conditional probability that a person selected has lung cancer given that he is a smoker. So we have to find the probability of a person has a lung cancer given that he is a smoker. Okay, so now we will have to divide the probability of these two, and then as in whole we will get the probability of this thing. So how do we write the formula of this then? So I can write it like probability of here B1 given A1 is equal to probability of A1 intersection B1 divided by probability of A1. Now I will show you why. So from this table you can see we have to find the probability for this lung cancer given is smoker. So from this table we can see for this smoker there is a probability of 48%, right? So this given condition given A1 will be 0.48. Okay. Now we have to find the probability of A1 intersection B1. So this is A1, this is B1, right? Means probability that a person is a smoker here and he is having a cancer also, right? Because we have to see in this row only, we have to see in the row of smoker. So here we have 0.41. So if we divide it, it will come approx 0.8 or 0.9, 0.85 I can write. Okay, so this conditional probability is 85%. Now I will take second example. Again, we have to find the conditional probability, okay, that a person selected is a smoker and has no cancer. So this is our problem statement again, right? So here we have to find the two important points, that person has no cancer and is a smoker. But the given condition is this one. So this is our actual problem statement. So for no cancer case, here we can see this is our no cancer column, right? So 0.54. So here I can write the formula. So we have to find probability of A1 given B2. So it will be like probability of A1 intersection B2 divided by B2. So here in A1 we have seen that it was 0.54, right? And this A1 intersection B2, that we have to find the probability that in this column we have to find that person is a smoker. So here the person is smoker is 0.07, that is 7%. So if we divide, then approx 0.13 will come. So this is the conditional probability for this. So you can see there is a 13% chance that a person is a smoker given that he has no cancer. So if I say in a group of 30 or 40 people, there are chances that 13% person will be having no cancer if he smokes also. Now in the above case, I can say 85% is the probability that a given person who is a smoker will have a lung cancer. So it's a highly probability that person will get lung cancer in future or somewhere in his time. So this is how conditional probability works. This is it for this session today. I hope you have enjoyed and learned something new. If you think this video is useful in disseminating knowledge and spreading awareness about this particular domain, then kindly like and share this video. And yes, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Stay safe, stay blessed.